I want to share with you a tragic problem with the carnivore diet. And this information will help you make the decision about whether carnivore is really right for you or not. Carnivore could be difficult for you. And in this video, I'm going to explain why carnivore could be difficult for you and how you can overcome this. But before we get started, I'd really like your help with something. You see, YouTube has an issue. And right now, I'd like to raise awareness of this problem. And by raising awareness, we can all be part of the solution. You see, the like button doesn't smash itself. Despite recent advances in AI technology, the like button remains entirely manual. So, to keep YouTube's aging technology working, please go ahead now and smash that like button manually. And while you're there, I'm pretty sure YouTube still hasn't automated the subscribe button either. So if you wouldn't mind smashing that one manually too, I'm sure YouTube would be very happy. Let's get into it. So why is carnivore difficult? To explain, I have an analogy for you. I've talked before about how I'm a public speaking trainer. And if the very thought of public speaking or presentations strikes fear into your heart, you can imagine what I have to help clients with. And the very reason that many people dread public speaking is the exact same reason that you might find the carnivore diet difficult. So I want you to imagine that you've been working on a project for a few months. Your boss comes to you and explains they want you to do a presentation. You're the most knowledgeable one about this particular project, so of course you should do it. Everyone is going to be there. Your friends, your co-workers, upper management. This is a nightmare. You spend many sleepless nights building a PowerPoint slide deck, writing out a script, planning for every possible eventuality, adding extra slides just in case people ask deep questions. You practice in front of the mirror, in front of the dog. Finally, the day comes to deliver your presentation. You haven't slept all night. You're stressed. Thoughts are racing through your mind about how out of control you feel, how you can't do this, how you're going to fail, how you're never going to remember anything. Why can other people do this and find it so easy? And the closer it gets to presentation time, the bigger the lump in your throat. Finally, you step up to that lectern and you feel your face go bright red. You start to talk, but those lines you practice suddenly disappear from your head. You stutter for a while, you can feel your face getting hotter and hotter, and eventually you turn to your slides for support. Side on or back to the audience, you're now feeling a little more comfortable looking at the slides. You start reading the slides word for word to the audience, and you eventually get through that presentation. As you rip your presentation band-aid off and utter your final words, you ask if anyone has any questions. And as people start to raise their hands, you begin to breathe again. The lump disappears from your throat. You start to breathe normally again, and you tell yourself the worst is over. Questions will be easier. It's not like you don't know this stuff, you just don't like presenting. You handle the questions one by one, and you feel like you've done a pretty good job. The audience seems satisfied now. But at the end of the day, you vow to make any excuse next time to get out of doing a presentation. But how does this story relate to carnivore in any way? Let's analyze the presentation. 1. You planned and practiced like crazy. 2. You doubted you were going to do it right. 3. It was difficult as you expected, and you ended up just reading the slides to the audience to get through the presentation. 4. You felt better as soon as the presentation was over and it was time for the audience to ask questions. 5. You handled questions well. In my experience, this is how most business presentations go. And the most interesting part for me is always the transition and transformation of the speaker between the presentation and the Q&A session. Almost 100% of the time, the speaker is nervous and uptight during the presentation component and relaxed and confident in the Q&A session. The minute the transition happens, body language and confidence improve. The shakiness in the voice disappears. Why does this happen? It seems that it's because the speaker doesn't see the Q&A part of the presentation as a presentation. For the speaker, taking questions is not part of the speech. So at this point, they can stop overthinking. They no longer have to worry about being perfect. And if they just looked at their presentation as more of an opportunity to share information that they possessed, they would worry less. They'd be more confident doing their presentation and probably save a lot of preparation time and certainly sleep better. If people looked at presentations less as performance and more as a medium of communication, then business presentations would improve overnight. And this is like carnivore. When it comes to diet, we have the same problem. We do things that no other species does. We overthink things. We worry about whether we're meeting our macros or not. We don't trust ourselves or our bodies. When it comes to nutrition, we literally think, it can't be this easy. It must be a trick. Nothing in life is this easy. And you can derail yourself on carnivore just by overthinking things. And my advice as a public speaking trainer regarding both presentations and carnivore is just get out of your own way. Just eat the meat. Just eat the eggs. Just drink the water. And stop worrying about everything. Your body knows what it's doing. And the bonus is, if you're on carnivore and you find yourself doing a presentation, there's zero risk that you're going to be landing some farts during that talk. Guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. You see, the like button doesn't smash itself. So, to help keep YouTube's aging technology working, please go ahead and smash that like button manually. And the bonus is, if you ever find yourself doing a presentation